Alright, what's up everybody? We are on episode 26 of Death Note, which is called Renewal. Yeah, a renewal it will surely be. This is basically going to be, I guess, the next phase for the show. It's still a little bit surreal coming off of the previous episode, which was by far one of the best, if not the best, most impactful episode at least, in the whole show, of course. Finally marking L's death. I said it throughout already, but I loved how it felt so much like an ode to his character. It prepared you very much for what was going to be happening. You know, that this moment felt so inevitable in a way. Not even just in the episode itself, but I would even argue in the couple episodes leading up to it. Like, I could definitely tell something major was about to happen, and that was easily, of course, one of the scenarios that was definitely on my mind as well, for what could be happening. It's, you know, like, this is the other thing that I was kind of thinking about. Once I had the time to kind of process it a little bit better and stuff, and to think it through a little bit more, and kind of, you know, go through the edit and everything too, I didn't even necessarily feel like it in the moment as much. But the more I then had it all sink in, I just started realizing the emotion that I felt. It wasn't just sadness. It wasn't just curiosity, of course, also for what's going to happen now and what direction the show is heading into. But it was very much sort of anger. And that's so weird. It's not an emotion that I feel all that much, or at least all too frequently, I would say. And I didn't even necessarily feel anger at Light, because honestly, all this time, I was prepared for this to happen, like I said. And I knew that if Light went back to his good old personality and got possession of the Death Note again, he would just revert to exactly the Light that we knew beforehand. And we knew that his one and only objective was killing L. So I knew that once that would happen, L was done for. I'm not even necessarily angry at Light, I'm just angry at the fact that it happened. And yeah, that the show is going to be sort of turning into something entirely differently, I would think now. I'm really trying to figure out what that is. Like, I'm really trying to figure out what these last 12 episodes will then be dealing with. You know, is it going to be that situation that I had sort of fantasized about with Light just now having no obstacles in his way and therefore, you know, getting to just literally shape the world that he wanted? At the same time, I then wonder, yeah, that's all cool and all, but there's definitely still going to have to be some kind of antagonist or something happening, right? Where he will have enemies in his path. There are, of course, still people to think about, like Misa potentially, although I don't really see that happening. Of course, all the other guys from the police force, including Light's own dad. Maybe Ryuk, maybe some of the other Shinigami in the realm. Again, that's another thing I question about. Like, okay, are we ever going to see Light be in the Shinigami realm? Or is that something that maybe will happen at the very end when he dies or something? Or I don't know. If he does, of course. But yeah, again, it's sort of just... I'm really curious about this episode in particular because I want to know what does it mean for the future trajectory of the show. I have honestly no idea. The one thing that I was kind of told is that apparently people actually don't really appreciate, you know, like this second half or whatever. It's not really a half anymore, honestly. It's like the last 1/3 of the show or something. It's not as appreciated as much, which that doesn't surprise me, of course, because again, the whole show up until now was Light versus L. It's very strange that we're going into this last phase for the show now with that actually not being the story anymore. I would presume, you know, like, unless they do something really weird where, like, I mean, I don't know why I'm even thinking about that, but like, is there still a way for L to be a part of the show through flashbacks? Probably not. Or suddenly, because L touches the Death Note, that there's an extra rule where, like, oh, he can see everything happening from the Shinigami. I have no idea, man. I'm just... Again, I didn't even... That's the other thing, I guess, but like, you can actually look up all these rules of the Death Note more in detail, and they give you a lot of this information already throughout the episodes. I haven't really been paying too much attention to that. It would be honestly too much to follow, but I do genuinely once again wonder, what does it actually mean for the future of the show now? What direction are we heading into? And yeah, where's it all gonna go? So for now, I think I've really said enough, guys. I hope that yeah, you'll enjoy my reaction here to episode 26 coming up. Of course, do let me quickly point out that if you do enjoy my reactions, you can already watch the next 8 episodes right now over on my Patreon. That is linked on top of the description as always. Over there, we will already be on episode 34, so you can binge all the way up until there. Almost done with the show, so your support is of course very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place. So without further ado, let's dive into episode 26 of Death Note. I wonder what the data deletion was actually about though. Did they figure that Light could have somehow still used that data, or... Oh. Okay, we're getting a flashback. Yeah, I remember that. He immediately figured out his sort of region. Wow, interesting how they're making us go through it all again. I wonder why. FBI investigation of those involved with the Japanese police. This isn't going to be a recap episode, is it? I mean, they're going through it all though. This is episode 4. Yeah, Ray Pemba. God, back when I thought he was still going to be a major character. Nope. His girlfriend or wife, fiance. Man, I will never get over that moment. Yeah, the snow. Yeah. The famous potato chip scene. Which apparently turned into a major meme, I heard. Didn't even, yeah. I was not aware how popular that was when I watched it. What the hell? Is like the first half of this episode just gonna be everything we've seen? Because we are going through it relatively fast, like this is episode 10 or 11, I think. Yeah, this guy. Just because they could see him on the camera. Yeah, I was gonna say, that was Misa behind it, wasn't it? I still can't get over the fact that we're just watching all these scenes again. I kinda wonder, is there a purpose to it, or is it just to catch us up to speed again? Yeah. When she saw him there all dressed up, yeah. Oh my god, this moment had me in absolute tears. When he said he was our biggest fan. Yeah, and then this. Okay, with the speed they're going through this, we're definitely just recapping for the first half of the episode, right? Okay, and then getting some new information in the second half, I guess. Yeah, gotta love that shift in personality right there. Even the dad. Oh my god, the execution scene. Yeah, we've had some damn good episodes on this show so far, though. I was so confused, I think. But it was like a last-ditch effort yet to prove their guilt, which they couldn't. Don't take matters into your own hands. I still love this little scheme here with the mattress. Oh my god, this guy. I'm glad he's dead. Higuchi. I know that in Attack on Titan there was also kind of an episode 13.5 that recapped the first half of season 1. They should have just called this that. I don't know. I don't know why they made a new episode out of this. Called it 26. That sound effect alone of a heart attack kicking in. It's always so haunting. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind seeing Higuchi die another time, but I don't know if I want to watch L succumb another time. Oh my god, yeah, Watari with the sniper shot. Loved it. Ah, that's so, yeah, genius too, because of course they can't communicate with Rem now anymore either, now that Rem is dead. All of this was planned out so deliberately well by Light. Still wonder why he put that in there. Like, I mean, I get it to prove his innocence, but why 13 days? Oh, okay. Oh. Who is he giving this to then? Ah, so this has to do with the data deletion. Like, the data's deleted, but he left something here. This is not Light. Don't tell me he got his hands on it. That was not what was supposed to happen. Secret funeral. Yeah, we actually never learned what his name was. That's another thing I didn't even touch on. Oh my god, I swear dude, Light just has them in his pocket now. Oh, that's what you wanted, wasn't it? As well as killing him. You're gonna complain about that now? I can't watch while all these guys are just being played like this, man. Okay. Yeah, how old is he now? He should be moving out, I guess, right?
この5人の中で絶対ノートを使わないと信用できるものが隠せばいいだけだ。局長、お願いします。局長なら絶対だ。
I love Matsuda, man. He means well.
龍崎の敵を取りましょう。じゃあライト君の2代目 L 就任パーティーでもやりますか。
Oh my god, dude. Stop it. Wow, he's just imagining him. Yeah, now you're stuck here with Misa. That's what you get.
Misa, 一緒に暮らそう。部屋ももう借りた。
Misa wins. This is where he stood, wasn't it? Yep, that's exactly what I was afraid of. Oh my god, dude. He's literally standing here like he's directing some kind of concert. What is that called? The guy who keeps giving the... Dude, that's literally what he's doing, man. Yep, the news reports continue. And all the deaths. Whoa, so did he actually kill the both of them too? Oh dude, the whole company is done for, isn't it? The whole company. Well, just this guy or what? Oh my... No, they're all done for, yep. Damn, man. I see. Probably out of fear too, though. Kira is the law. Oh, dude, this is everything that he had wanted all this time. Well, that, I mean, saw it coming. Still, the question is, where do we go now? Transmission? Yo, what did L do? He did something. Don't tell me L was secretly prepared for all of this in some way. And now he's still... L is dead. Who's this guy? Well, this is at the orphanage, right? Okay. Fuck, man. It's so cryptic. This didn't tell us anything. Alright guys, let's go to the review. Yeah, there's obviously not a whole lot to say about this episode. I was definitely thrown quite off guard by finding out that essentially the first a little bit more than half of it, I think, was actually just a recap for everything that happened. What we then see in the second half is just basically exactly what I had figured, and it therefore didn't really tell me much yet about the direction that we will be heading into from here on out, because I guess we'll start really figuring that out in the next episode then. Basically what we see is that, well, yeah, again, I mean, so data was deleted, but then at the same time, Light here seems to be looking at some kind of record that L still kept with everything that happened, but it seems that Light just possessed that or whatever, right? So, yeah, the other guys won't have that. Light thinks, I guess, that he's fully in control now, and that he's, I mean, that's literally what we see, of course. He proceeds exactly the way I had expected him to by continuing the killings now and shaping the world that he wanted. He's getting all the influence that he, you know, that he had so long desired for, I guess. We see that even some countries are kind of like, what did it say exactly? But like they look at him as the Kira is the law or something, right? So countries that have literally sort of joined his ideology or whatever you want to call it. I wonder once again if some of that is simply out of fear. I mean, you would have to imagine so. At the same time, he's tricking everybody around him still, all the people in the police force and his own dad, of course. Misa, all of them are being tricked. He's getting his own room from which he can operate, I guess. But then the very interesting part happens at the very end, where we see, I'm pretty sure it was at that, or actually it was called, here it says the Whammy's house. I'm not sure what that means, if that's what the orphanage was somehow called, but I thought it was the orphanage where Elle grew up in. I could be wrong about it though. This is just what I thought from looking at the visuals. But there's this old guy there, Roger or whatever, who gets this message, right? Elle is dead. And it seemed to be kind of sent to him on a pre-scheduled time or something, because that's what we kind of saw, right? We saw like Elle's setup and then that message getting sent to him. I wonder what that is about, and it definitely does very much make me question then if Elle, just like I speculated actually in the intro, could still have a role in this. Not in the way that he's coming back, of course. I mean, he's dead, but that he might have actually prepared for all of this in advance. It would totally be like, this is literally what Light has been doing all this time, and Elle at the same time too. They constantly have been preparing ahead, right? So you would kind of figure that, like, even in the occasion of dying, which Elle was, let me remind you, very much prepared for, you would think he would have taken some measures or whatever, right? Some steps to prepare for it and to somehow be able to have others continue in his footsteps, maybe, or have some kind of, I don't know how else he would have, you know, people sort of like track down what's going on and figure out how you could still get Light busted and exposed, I guess. But super fascinating, man. I can't wait to see where it goes, guys. Really, that is all there is to say. This episode in itself, like I said, wasn't super eventful, but it's understandable because we just came off of like an absolutely incredible an incredible end to a phase, like I put it, right? And so now we're kind of kicking things back off again, and I guess slowly sort of building up to what will be then these last 11 episodes, I think, still to go. So very curious to see how it's all going to pan out. For now, I hope that you all enjoyed, of course, my reaction here to episode 26. The next 8 episodes will already be up over on Patreon, which is linked on top of the description. Over there, you can now watch all the way up until episode 34 already, so go and check it out. Along with, of course, full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. But yeah, then with that being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.